Good evening mga kalaro and welcome to the Council of Titos, the show on the Laro-Laro lang channel where Sportitos talk about the different kind of game. The reality TV game show and a social experiment that has run for over 2 decades, Survivor. I'm Chief Bisdak Joel Parcon, and with me as always is Vice Chief Bisdak Jao Atienza. What's up, Jao? How are you doing?
Hey, coming at you live from the city of Golden Friendship.
There you go.
Not just
City
any
of Golden.
friendship. Friendship de oro.
There you
Friendship
go.
de oro.
De oro. All right, and we also have with us, of course, the man with the thoughts. Let's all welcome the one and only Martin. Mart, how are you doing?
Feeling fine, feeling golden. Like, still in Manila, but also feeling gold because it's coming, guys. Not Veer, but the finale is coming. It's coming close.
It's coming close. We're just one episode away. But anyway, for tonight, we will talk about the penultimate episode. Episode 12 of Survivor Season 44, entitled I'm the Bandit. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's go with the highs. Who wants to start off with the highs? Martz, what's your highest of highs?
Well, before we get off the real highs in this episode, we want to congratulate one of the cast members for having her 14th year being sober, Carolyn. Maybe future Survivor 44 winner, even though that's not my winner pick. Congrats on being sober. So my real high is like, well, I got what I wanted. An episode not only that has a immunity challenge, but a reward challenge. I'm glad they've been doing it like in the past few episodes, not just this episode. Like, finally, something we can sink our teeth into. No, give them something that has something else that's not immunity. Maybe a trip to that island, the sanctuary.
Where good
I mean,
things
it's not.
Where
it's
good
not.
things happen.
Yeah.
I've got something to say about that, but it's not in this section.
Yeah,
of
not
the-
this section.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the lows of that high is like it's not Applebee's, but hey, there's still food and there's massages. So that's pretty high on my list. Like, you can relax. Just make sure don't burp in someone's nose after you come back from the island. From
I
the
love that. Though. I
sanctuary.
love that. I love Carolyn for asking that. Can you burp in my mouth, my nose?
My nose.
That's actually one of my highs. For her to be so just out there with it. Right? I love that. I love that she asked for Jam to burp in her mouth first, and then she
wait.
realized. Oh no, wait. Yeah, I spelled with my nose.
Nose, right?
Yeah.
The self-correction before it happened.
Yeah, at least. That was pretty cool.
And like props to Jam for actually being one of those people that can like burp on command and like actually doing it. Like,
Yeah.
all right, would you want to smell my stomach acid? Okay.
And it also goes to show us the level of comfort that they have with each other. I mean, it's okay for them to be doing all of these things with each other. Especially with Jam and Carolyn, right?
Hell yeah. I'm good. I think the other high that we can carry over here would be between Jam and Carolyn is Jam, Carolyn, and Carson. They have yet to divide themselves or split themselves. This is the optimal strategy going into the final five because they were red herring us already for the previews, right? Before this episode, like, they might split up. Thank God they didn't.
Well, even all throughout this episode, wouldn't you agree, Jel? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Jel,
Yeah. This episode was one just huge red herring. Like all of the conventions of reality show television was telling us that Carolyn was going home. Like she even had this meta moment where she calls out, like, "Is this my farewell speech or whatever it was? Like, is this my goodbye speech?"
My goodbye speech? Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, right. Would have been a good episode title. But like if you look at a lot of reality TV shows and particularly Survivor, right? Like there is a non-zero chance that the person that gives sort of the big emotional speech right before they go off to vote. At least the way it's edited, uh, is the one that's going home that night, right? Like that's how that's one way that they red herring us.
Mm.
Like even in the last episode, where it felt like, was it Carson? Carson had the big speech before they went over to vote, and
think so.
the show was also trying to say like, is it going to be Carson? Is it going to be Danny? Right? And so they give Carson the big like exit speech or whatever, and then like, oh, plot twist or swerve, it's Danny that goes home. But Carson would have gone home had it not been for Carolyn. Like that feels like the previous episode's story, and all of the conventions of reality TV show were just telling us like, hey, it's time for Carolyn to go. It's time for Carolyn to go, and we were totally plot twisted, or we were totally swerved into a Jamie vote off, which is, well, my low. It's my low, right? Because she's my like meme-tastic
Yeah.
winner pick. but but I suppose the high there is the execution, the execution of the red herring, because it was
Mm.
really well done. Like
Yeah.
if that was the intention, or that was the intention of the Survivor editors, like, well done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, just just something completely like on the side, or just tangentially related. I was listening to the Jeff Probst podcast On Fire, the official Survivor podcast, and I learned that one of the editors of Survivor is the drummer of this band from back in the day called Size 14. Um,
Okay.
and they
Oh.
had this song. They had this song called Claire Danes Poster, um, and it was like quite popular back when I was in high school. Uh, it was part of the couple of songs in the late '90s, early 2000s that had to do with um, like nerdy punk rockers' obsession with Claire Danes. Because there were at least like two or three songs that had like this Claire Danes obsession. But that was the one where the lyrics go, "I'm gonna pick up my beer, stay at home, stare at my Claire Danes poster. She is so bitchin'. She always listens. She doesn't tell me I'm a loser." And one of the things that, and one of the things that the dude said was, "Yeah, I was in a band. We had this song called Claire Danes Poster, and we were big in the Philippines. And I can confirm they were big in the Philippines because I knew that song."
Okay.
Because it was like, like I'm pretty sure that if I ran into him on the street, the thing that would have gotten me starstruck was not the fact that he edited Survivor, but was the fact that 20 years ago he was the drummer of a band that wrote a song about Claire Danes,
Yes.
or about a dude, or about a dude who stares at a Claire Danes poster.
This is Claire Danes.
Claire Danes.
You
He
don't know who
was
Claire
in
Danes is?
that Romeo and
Claire
Juliet.
Danes is
Maybe I can remember. Can you give me one of her
Romeo
movies?
plus Juliet, the
Oh,
Juliet from Romeo
she's
plus
a Juliet. Okay,
Yeah.
now I remember. Okay, now I know how. Okay, now I know
mean,
why.
we could always like
Yeah.
there are a lot of things we could use to refer to Claire Danes, but I chose
Yeah,
the
with
Shakespeare
Leo.
one, of course. Not the
Ah,
one with
Yeah.
Leo, the Shakespeare one.
yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio. Her with Leo. Now I
Okay.
remember. Thank you. Thank you.
You remember it because it was with Leo. I remember
Yes.
it because it's Shakespeare.
I remember it because it's Claire Danes.
We're being Claire
Because
Danes
I'm gonna pick up
absent.
my beer,
but
stare at my
Claire Danes.
poster.
Do you guys remember that Claire Danes is or was persona non grata in the Philippines for a while?
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
What did
Yes,
she
yes, I vaguely
do?
remember that. Yeah.
Because
1998 or something?
she shot a film about it was the setting of the film was in Bangkok or somewhere, another Southeast Asian country, but they actually shot it here in the Philippines. And then she complained so much about the place that she was in, wherever they were shooting, that lawmakers declared her persona non grata, right? So
Sounds
yeah.
about right.
Sounds about bro.
And especially since the
Sounds about
movie
right.
that she was shooting was about, I think, two American girls who were traveling. You know, the usual, they travel, and then they, I think, they get kidnapped or something in this southeast in a Southeast Asian country. So it was horrendous. It was supposed to be horrendous circumstances, but the thing is, after she shoots her scenes, she she exits the horrendous circumstances of the set to more horrendous circumstances
Oh no.
in the actual place.
Yeah, that's so nice.
White people can't stand the weather.
Yeah.
White
And
people
that's
can't
why
stand the
there's
weather and the mosquitoes.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, the
what's his
weather,
name?
the mosquitoes, the roaches, and all of that.
hence
Actually,
why it's
what's
fun to watch them in Survivor.
what's his name was recently in Cebu filming Almost Paradise.
Oh,
The dude who produced that Godzilla movie that kind of sucked. The dude that did Independence Day.
oh shit.
God,
The producer guy, Bruckheimer.
no, not Brockheimer. What's his name? Dean
Oh, okay.
Devlin. Dean Devlin, the
Dean
dude who
Devlin.
produced
Okay.
Independence Day.
Dean Devlin?
Yeah,
Sounds like a
yeah,
wrestler.
he's no, he does, doesn't it? But then, like, yeah, he was the producer on Independence Day, and he was
Okay.
the producer on the Godzilla 2000 movie. Half Filipino, and
Oh,
he's shooting a show in Cebu for Amazon Prime. And
Ooh, Amazon
one of his
Prime.
big complaints, one of his big complaints was like it was really hot.
Can we revoke his Filipino card? It's not that hot. I mean, we can still have coffee or tea in this weather, man. Like piping hot coffee or tea. How dare you, Dean Devlin? That's your real name. That's your real name. There's that Dean Monyo. Huh? That's kind of...
Props to the guy though. Like
Yeah.
Mactan has never looked nicer.
Oh, okay.
oh, because because they knew that he was coming.
No,
He did the shot. He
his
did the
idea was
filmography.
Hawaii Five O, but it
Oh,
was
okay.
it's like a Hawaii Five O style show shot in the
Oh,
Philippines, and so
nice.
like
That's good.
like Mactan looked amazing. It looked it looked really
Oh,
good.
is it already out on Prime?
Yeah, they're on the second season. It's not on Amazon Prime because of I'm gonna I'm going to use this platform where we have literally tens of listeners to
Oh, okay.
complain about ABS CBN and
Oh, okay.
Hold on. You mentioned he was doing Godzilla.
He did Godzilla. He produced
Yeah?
Godzilla.
Yeah, so apparently he's also the producer of a video game about Godzilla. Godzilla Online. Wow.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
probably
suppose
like
that
a
it went alongside
It
the
went
movie.
alongside that.
Yeah, I
Wow.
suppose that's that.
Yeah.
And
But
also
anyway,
Yeah.
Godzilla the series. The
yeah,
one we see in
yeah, there was a cartoon
ABS-CBN.
series, a Godzilla cartoon series. Anyway, we've now talked from the smoke
From
screen of
screen.
Carson and Jam Jam all the way to Godzilla. Uh,
We're not even
yeah,
done with the monster that is season 44.
yeah. So going back
That's
to
my first
the
low.
Carson and
That's
Jam
my
Jam,
first low. There's no more monster. They don't talk
Right?
about the monster
Hmm?
anymore.
there's no more
Right?
monster, right?
Right?
That's. I mean, it went away with a kraken.
Oh,
We don't
God.
even see a dragon here. He doesn't even talk about a dragon here. But yeah, Carson and Jam Jam Smokescreen. I mean, all the way up to Tribal.
Oh,
That was
oh, God, yeah.
masterful. I mean, we have to owe it to not only to the editing, right? The how the entire episode was a red herring for Carolyn being voted
Oh,
out,
yeah.
but the way that Carson and Jam Jam played the rest of the
Yeah.
tribe, specifically Lauren and Jamie, right?
Oh, God.
And that the way that Jam Jam was talking during that tribal,
Mm.
you really would have thought that Carolyn was going home.
Because Carolyn felt convinced.
Yeah, Carolyn
After
was
he said that,
convinced. She
how
was
did he
looking
say
at
that?
him time
Like,
and again.
I don't know, who's going to be voted out. Or I don't know if this is verbatim, but whoever's going to be voted out is because it should be the one who should be
Yeah.
out for strategic reason. Like he was so stone faced.
For
like,
for everyone's game. That's what he said.
for
everyone's
everyone's game. And it was so matter of factly. And I was
Yeah. It seemed as if he was really holding on to tears or something because you knew that he was going to vote Carolyn. That was masterful by
Master.
both by Jam Jam primarily, right?
acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fear. Jam jam. Fear.
Yeah. Especially
But
since we
you-
got that confessional from him about this is a callback to one of my predictions where he was struggling between betraying his heart or his mind, right? His head or his heart, and then we go into that tribal. Jam Jam, he's such a that was such a good performance, a great performance by Jam Jam.
Something that really kind of stood out to me there as well was that attention to detail. Like, we've been playing this game 26 days with this person, right? And it's like, or 25 days or whatever, and there were only two people there that were like, is he talking about like that little detail,
Yeah,
down to that little detail. I don't know. It was
that was
a masterclass.
yeah, that was really, yeah. I don't know if he did it consciously or not, but yeah, the up to that the number of days that they've been playing with each other. But yeah, that was such a good performance by Jam Jam.
Mm.
Yeah, your winner pick, Marts. Your winner pick with a good performance.
I just hope he can make it to the final three, like him, Carolyn, Carson. Like, come on, guys, just one more episode.
Anyway,
the final stretch.
before we get to that, any other highs on your side, Marts?
I'm good. I'm good.
You're good.
Just,
What about you, Joe?
No, we're gonna be talking a lot in the next episode moving forward predictions thing. So, as much as I absolutely love this episode, really, really, I really like the reward challenge. Rolling around. Well, Jeff could do more of his innuendos because there were, after all, two balls involved here, but like,
and then
balls
Jam
only
Jam
each
got
other.
crushed by a ball in this.
Trying to get the ball into the hole, whatever, right? Like,
you and your stick and balls, Jeff. Again.
it's gonna be.
Sticking.
We're gonna be talking a lot in the in the prediction section. So
Yeah.
as much as I love this episode, we're gonna have to put a pin on it, or we're gonna have to.
Oh, I just have
over to
one
the
more
list.
high though.
Or
One
less.
more high.
Okay.
I know that I know, Joe, that you said it's a low for you, but for me, it's a high that Jamie finally got voted off. If only because they finally ended her suffering. They finally ended her continuously.
That's my low.
It's a high because finally she's free. The truth has finally set her free.
So who's gonna have the Jamie edit next episode when Jamie's not in the game?
Finally, we're now down to like 5 serious players in the game. Right? We don't have to worry about a goat. We don't have to worry about a 0 vote finalist, right?
But yeah, that really took me by surprise.
That they didn't bring her all the way to the end.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be whoever didn't win, Heidi or Lauren. Then, okay, Jamie.
So imagine if they had voted for Heidi, if they had gone for Heidi, right? Then Carolyn would have gone home.
That's the problem. But I guess Jam Jam was right.
Yeah.
With his stone cold assessment to Jeff for everyone's game. Because we won't want a goat anyway. And I guess no one wants a goat.
Yeah. So that everyone who's there is like more or less is a serious player.
Ah,
Well, not that
guess.
I'm saying that Jamie wasn't a serious player, but with the way that she was being portrayed to us,
Yeah,
like
like
Yeah,
there's no other way.
exactly.
it's like she had the Millhouse edit here. Like we have
Yeah,
Charlie Brown, no, we have Millhouse Jamie.
yeah. Nothing
Oh
good ever
god.
happening. Anyway,
So anyway,
let
transitioning over to the lows, I
to the
guess.
lows.
Yeah, I guess
Yes,
the
let's
lows.
go ahead. So from that high to the low. Go ahead, Joe.
Hmm.
You know how you have dog shelters, right? And like these dog shelters, ideally you're supposed to like get people to adopt stray dogs or dogs that
Mm-hmm.
have had abusive owners and whatnot. But you do know that there's a little room in the back for the dogs that aren't adopted or otherwise can't find a new home. And in this little room in the back, that's where they put Yeller down. That's where
Oh.
they take Yeller. That's where they take Yeller out to like
Pasture.
the big
I don't
the
know.
big
Yeah.
pasture like down in like Texas or something, right?
Uh,
Like that's what it felt like, It's like yes, they put her out of her misery by like voting her off. Um, but you gotta admit, dude, it felt like they were putting down old Yeller.
they did. Like,
Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
like,
It is.
I can't remember which of the podcasters mentioned it, but she played such a like no, she didn't play such she came across as such a pure person.
Mm.
And right and the way that the editors were just clowning on her and the way that they made her exit um the way that they edited her exit to be thank God it's not Carolyn. Because that's what it felt like, right?
Oh,
It's like, everything was pointing towards Carolyn, big fan favorite. And then, like, we're like, oh no, Carolyn is gonna go. Jamie goes, oh, thank God it's not Carolyn. Like,
actually, that's true.
like,
Oh God,
like,
It's
that
dude,
is so mean.
but that's true though. That's true.
That is true. That's so
Yeller,
mean of them.
oh,
Wow.
Yeller did nothing wrong, man.
God. No, it's like Walking Dead. Like we were expecting that guy to be hit first. No, it's the other dude first, and then the other guy.
Mm. I'm sorry. I never got around to watching Walking Dead, so I can't relate to
Uh,
that, unfortunately.
yeah. That's basically we were expecting Carolyn, but nope, it's character B. And character B in this case, Jamie. Like
Yeah, so that's
oh.
I suppose I suppose that's my low. Like it came at the expense of Jamie.
Mm.
That's
You know,
true. That's true.
like it isn't the fact of her being voted out that that I find to be a low, right? Because it is part of the game. Like people do get voted out. There's only one out of 18 that's going to make it to the end, and you know, yeah, sure, it was probably inevitable, but it was just the manner in which they showed the end to her already like really tough story. like like the exit interviews have been telling us that, or the exit interviews have her as having a little bit more agency in the game and
Mm.
having more social connections than what the show led us to believe. It's just they spent all 12 episodes of her being on the show just clowning on her and like, oh man, she has the she has the makings of um a Carly Rae Jepsen. Like like
What?
like the pop star
Hmm.
that isn't like Christina Aguilera or Britney Spears, but has this super loyal cult following.
Yeah.
Oh shit! She's gonna be the new Michelle Fitzgerald without winning.
Why
No,
did
she's
did
going to
they
be
did they
Carly
clown
Rae
on Michelle
Jepsen.
Fitzgerald? I don't think so.
No, but a very annoying small fan base. That's how Zhao's saying it. Carly Rae Jepsen. But I love Carly Rae Jepsen, so she's cool with me. She's cool with me.
I
I
like
don't
Michelle
find well,
Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I like her too. I don't like her fans. I don't like her that's the difference. I like the character. I like the survivor. I don't like their annoying fans.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, but
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I understand. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily the fact that Jamie got voted out. It's the way that it was
Yeah,
presented, more or less. It's sad. It's a
yeah.
little sad
it
because
is.
she does come across as really this very positive person. I guess that's also why editing the editors thought, okay, you know what? If we clown around with her, she's gonna be okay with it.
Yeah.
She's gonna
I
find a
hope she
positive spin to
is. I
it.
hope she.
If we do
She'll
this to Jam
survive.
Jam, yeah, if we do this to Jam Jam, he's gonna rat us out to the media. But not Jamie. Jamie's gonna be okay with it. She's such a positive person. Right?
She's gonna have a very small, passionate fan base. Not
Yeah.
necessarily people, not necessarily like the Cassidy fans that believe Cassidy should have won. I think all of the Jamie fans out there know that she wasn't meant to win,
I hope so
right?
too.
But like,
I
but it
hope
was it's going to be. It's going to be the type of person that's like, yeah, I really like. I think she seems like a really cool person. It just
Yeah.
sucks that production did that to her.
Or
Like
like,
that's what the Jamie fans are going to be like, you know?
yeah, pretty cool
Yeah.
dude. It's like maybe she'll be called for a return season.
You
Maybe.
really think so?
We'll have to be as positive as Jamie. They put it out there in the universe, realization it or something like that,
Yeah. Manifest. You manifest it.
Manifest. Yeah, manifest.
Manifest it.
Manifest it.
I
Manifest.
don't have
Yeah.
I have the spoon though. I have the spoon. Let's manifest it.
Manifest.
What about you, Marts? What's your lowest of lows?
That's my low. Like I said earlier, what Jamie really?
Why? Who else would it have been?
Like I
Heidi?
said, whoever lost, Heidi or Lauren, whoever lost in that one, because that's a big threat. But I guess, like I said earlier, I guess they just wanted to duke each other out, like sword and shield, right? Like what knights want to do in the round, like the best versus the best.
Mm.
I concede to them
I
deciding on
have I
Jamie.
have a sword.
Yeah, I have a
one
I have
too.
a shield. Shield. There you go.
I have a
Oh,
shield
God.
against germs.
Oh, nice. Shield bat soap.
Anyway,
So yeah, so yeah, and your other low.
Nothing else. That's basically it.
No,
Jamie
you
is-
just have one low. Wow,
really, that's your solo. All right.
Yeah,
What about
wow,
you,
my
Joe?
okay.
solo. My solo. Maybe I'll just jump over to you guys if there's something else that I haven't brought up and you guys have a good point on it. I
Yeah.
want to see what that low is. Ciao, what's yours?
Let's go for Joel. I've already given mine.
Oh yeah, Joel,
I've
what's
already
yours?
given my
Joel,
lowest.
sorry.
Yeah, so for me it's and this may head into the predictions section, but Carolyn has no longer has the element of surprise. She can't be Gablered anymore, right?
Oh,
She's no
okay.
longer hiding in plain sight. She has such a huge target on her back right now, so much so that we thought that this was going to be the episode that she was going to get voted out. And even in this episode, two people has said that they were scared of her. That's
Ooh.
Lauren and Jam Jam.
Yes.
So
yes.
goes to show us that moving forward, they're probably never. She's not gonna get underestimated anymore. Going into final 5 and 4, and hopefully going into if she gets to the final tribal with
wins.
everything
She
that
wins.
she's done and the momentum that she's been getting, she's gonna win. So they're gonna really try and take her out soon.
Mhm.
Right. So yeah, I think that's why it's a low, because I've said, I've become a convert. I am now a Carolyn fan.
Yes, my fellow brother. Yeah. But
yeah. But
for a
she's not your
low,
winner pick though.
yeah. But I am happy she has got this far. But as you said, they have found it out in which episode? Penultimate. So
Mhm.
it's near the end of the game. It's okay for them to find this out. Because this is where they need to find this out. So when they lose, and if apparently Carolyn makes it to the final three, at least they know she's been playing them all along. And maybe, just maybe, this is the outwit, outplay, outlast part.
Well,
She did all three.
has not outplayed anyone
Okay,
because she
fine.
has not been
Outwit,
able to do any of the
outlast.
physical stuff at all. She has been
Because
so bad
okay.
at challenges. I mean, she lost the ball. She couldn't.
Well,
She
well
got
and
left
good,
behind
but
by the ball.
hey, some guy who made it to final two, almost won every challenge, was second place. Tina
No, but I'm
Wesson won
saying, but
that
she
season.
had.
Like
We're
I'm
saying
saying,
if
man.
it's outwit, outplay, outlast.
Oh,
Outwit
outplay,
is
yeah.
strategy.
See,
Outlast is
last is
social.
social.
Outplay
Play is the
your
challenges.
is
Okay, yeah,
challenges, and she has sucked at challenges, man. I mean, you gotta call a spade a
oh,
spade.
that's true. But there's the other two.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
least
and especially now,
outlast. At
the
least,
social aspect is
yeah.
Yeah.
so much premium.
So
Yeah,
I think
but the fact that
a
she
nice
is
start.
no longer hiding in plain sight makes me fear for her fate in the next episode, in Final Five, even in Final Four, right?
Yeah, especially Final
Uh,
Four with the fire making.
with the fire making. But then again, Jam Jam told, who was it, Heidi, that,
I
or
guess. Yeah.
Lauren, or whoever, that she has been practicing until her fingers were bleeding. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's
so
doing fire wrong.
Yeah, she's doing fire.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, I mean, so there is a chance that she can do it. She can do
mhm.
fire. So at Final Five, there is a chance that she becomes. I mean, Jesse also was sort of under the radar until he betrayed the ass man,
The ass man, yeah.
right? And that's
Yes.
when people started realizing, oh gosh, he's been playing all of us, and he became a target, right?
At the same time this
So
season.
yeah, around the same time, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
it seems as if history is repeating itself.
Yeah,
I
like I said, she's giving me what's it?
Jesse,
She's giving me Jesse vibes.
yeah,
okay.
the
It's you know
protagonist of the
the
season.
yeah, a lot of the same story beats as well, right? Like towards the end, people figure out that he's a threat. Or the
Oh my, yeah.
so
Yeah,
same thing with Carolyn. Like towards the end of the season, people figure out she's a threat. She's probably gonna end up in fire. Let's see if she can do what Dr. Lopez wasn't able to do
yeah,
and
Oh
clutch it out.
yeah. And get that money, baby. Get that money.
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
fairly trivial though.
Okay.
The the food at the sanctuary kind
Hmm.
of sucks.
It did actually. Now that you mention it,
Sandwiches. What
wow.
were those? Sandwiches and then some chocolates, chocolate truffle things.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
not since Survivor Africa did I see the food sucking so bad. Like, there's one reward challenge with Ethan and Lex. It was French fries, but it's like French fries covered in freaking oil. And they were like, I don't care, let's just eat it. But it
Mhm.
looks so sad. It was that bad. I can remember that. Like, God, this is not as bad, but it's still bad. Good point, Zhao. Yeah, that was lame.
You know, they they could have gone for like Applebee's or
Yeah, right.
or
Like I
like
said,
TGI
Applebee's.
Fridays or something. That would have
Like
been great, you know,
Outback.
like yeah,
Yeah.
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 But you know,
I guess the
Sponsors.
partnerships, the corporate partnerships aren't there right now for Survivor.
Come
So
on, Jeff. Use your face.
yeah,
You're the
they haven't been
producer.
able. When was the last time that they had Applebee's? 42?
I think so.
41.
Or
really,
even
41,
yeah, it's wow. It's that
right?
long. It feels that
42,
long.
42.
42.
It's still
They
long.
still had
42
it for 42.
because
Oh yeah,
um
because we talked about like, oh yeah, the Applebee's
Yeah,
episode, just
Applebee's.
like in 41. Yeah.
Ah.
yeah, it was the hourglass.
Oh
The
yeah.
first big change that they made was
Yeah.
Applebee's
Yeah.
or whatever it was.
Yeah,
So
man.
I
yeah,
suppose Applebee's
like
got what it could get from exposure already, so they didn't need to sponsor any future seasons of Survivor.
Outback, baka
yeah,
naman. Season 45.
I don't know. That's a
But then
that's a
again, those
those a
were
trivial thing.
I don't know. I would say that those were tasty looking sandwiches.
It,
Yeah,
yeah, I
Yeah,
yeah,
mean,
but it's a far cry from
yeah. It's not
it's a far
Applebee's.
cry from where we were, right?
Yeah, I, I
You know,
I I get that. I get that. And speaking of that, but yeah, I one thing that I do have to jump on is the fact that they have been really pushing the sanctuary thing as a great
yeah,
place to go to, right? Where good things happen, is it?
I
yeah.
guess,
Uh,
Where
yeah.
good things
where
happen.
good
Mm.
things happen. Sooner or later, Jeff is gonna come up with a food chain, sanctuary, where good things happen, right? And he serves
That like
those lame ass sandwiches, those
Uh,
bland pizzas that they get in
uh,
Survivor,
I'm thinking like 3M's pizza would have been better there, man.
right? I mean,
But
you know, people at the door are like Fijian women. Welcome to the sanctuary where good things happen.
happened like
yeah, right. So it's like that. So that's gonna be that's a food chain idea for Jeff Probst.
you know what's a good idea?
What? Applebee's?
That too. But where the hell's Ponderosa? You go post sanctuary,
Oh,
you're not
Oh well, yeah.
bringing
There's
back Ponderosa.
Ponderosa's there, of course, but they're not gonna.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
where's
know
the
the
video?
reason why it hasn't been shown anymore. Uh, yeah, but if maybe yeah, make the sanctuary a little bit more like Ponderosa, like
Yeah,
add some luxuries, like indoor plumbing.
there you go.
Let them shit in a toilet, right?
Or do the
Let them take
taking a bath thing.
showers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shower.
yeah, not like
then
that stupid foot massage. Like, come on, dude.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Then maybe
What if somebody's
sanctuary is really
ticklish?
good, a great place to go to. It might be like, oh yes, but and then the over the OA reactions
Yes.
of Carson might be worth something, right? That face, that
Like
face of that
That face, like,
young
what the
man,
hell is that, Carson?
and then he was like, "Really, you're that excited about sandwiches again? You know that you puked like for days on end after the last time that you were eating sandwiches." Yeah,
It's
it's
not his
sensitive.
gain. That's not gains, Carson.
What's a Survivor? One of the pieces of Survivor like wisdom out there is that if there is if there's like a reward, right, and Jeff is rattling off whatever the reward is, you're supposed to look as shocked and
Hmm.
as what's it as possible, right? As shocked or excited as possible because that's how to get screen time, right?
yeah,
So like
Yes.
it's just become like a thing where everybody just tries to look as shocked or as excited as possible, no matter how minute or how stupid the reward is. Like, you know, it's a car. Like nobody wants to win the car on Survivor.
yeah.
But for the sake of screen time, everybody has to be like everybody has to YouTube face it. And and I do not think I have seen a worse YouTube face than our friend Carson.
And he did it twice this episode. He did it in the challenge, and he did it in tribal. That was so.
It looks so like tremendously fake.
He's brilliant and all, but no, that's so fake. Yeah.
Or if it's you know if it is like a genuine reaction, like that's tremendously unflattering. You know, Like for that to be the genuine reaction, I don't know. It looks tremendously memeable, like something
Yeah,
that
it
you would see
is.
in an image macro. Like, ah, yeah, I don't know.
Like text above picture, text below picture.
Yeah, something like that.
We have Applebee's at home below lame sandwiches. Oh yeah.
Wait, I've got a question. This is I put it in as a low, but it's more of like I don't quite know.
All right.
Uh, how did they know to bring everything? Was it always that they were gonna go to a new beach at Final Five?
I think they were what
That's
I think it happened 42, right? I think that's why they said, "Oh shit, we might have to do that soon."
yeah, because every
That
thus far
that's what's
every
happening.
season has put them in a new beach at Final Fives. So
Oh,
they
mm.
brought all of their stuff. So like, good on them. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, good
that
on
was
them.
actually going to be one of my lows. Or yeah,
Oh.
I was going to put it in the lows, but it was
Into
a
the
sort of
high.
topic for discussion as well. That I
Yeah,
thought
yeah, that's why I put it
that
in a low. But then again, I was thinking as I kept on looking at my notes. Is it really a low? Yeah, it's just something that I wanted to discuss. How would they have known? Yeah, so I guess it's just them being
Dumb
super
luck.
fans,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
knowing that okay, around this time,
yeah.
right?
yeah, and the way that I was looking at it was it's something to do well, through the lens of sort of game balance, right? We are on the Laro-Laro lang channel and we talk about games.
Mm.
Um, and I was talking to a friend of mine about esports
Mm.
and a
Oh.
fundamental difference between StarCraft and Dota, right? Where with StarCraft, the units are unchanging, balance comes from the maps.
Yeah.
With Dota, balance comes from the units, the map remains unchanged. You have
Mm-hmm.
those three lanes. And so something like Dota feels a lot like basketball, right? Where like
Mm.
very, 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 very rarely does the field of play ever change. Like the last time
Very
that it
true.
happened, they made a 3 point line. Like,
That's true. That's true. That's true.
um, but everything else has remained more or less the same, down to the ball. They have the same ball, which is about to change, mind you. But like,
Again.
with
Again.
that new airless ball, they're trying to make sure that it feels pretty much exactly the same as um, the the current ball, and
Mm.
like
Okay.
um, so how malleable do we think the game of Survivor in terms of the beats and points in the game? Like how malleable should it be? Like what is fair game to change and what is fair game to not change,
Mm.
right? Because there are some things that like the fact that immunity is a thing and Jeff
Mm-hmm.
can't just revoke immunity. But then, like, if we would like things to remain unchanging, then we can't complain about the survivors bringing their stuff because
Stuff.
they know that they're going to be going to a new beach, right? Like, you know, do we think like the players, or do we lean more towards the side of the players who would ideally like the game to remain completely unchanged? That way they can prepare for it. Or do we go for, the side of the producer who's trying to make a show for the average viewer that makes it extremely twisty and turny? Because there is a case to be made for both, right?
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah, man.
Again, the difference between Dota and StarCraft,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. If you, especially in this new, I don't know if it's a shift in philosophy in terms of Jeff, right? Because he, as the years have gone by, it has, or I don't know if it's a shift in philosophy or if it's a maturity of the philosophy of Survivor. Because especially nowadays, Jeff already views Survivor as really a game, right?
Mm.
And it being a game, coming from a game standpoint, the being more player centric or player favoring players more so that they can prepare for it. I think that that's where the game is headed for. But personally, especially since we've been Zhao and I have been watching also Australian Survivor as well, and it sort of throws back to how U.S. Survivor was being played before, and with some other stuff, right? And all of these other reality shows, like the Mole, Traitors, all of these things. I personally would like for it to constantly change so that the players, yes, you can prepare, but only to a certain extent. Yes, there are beats that you can't change. Like you can't change the fact that they have to merge. You can't change the fact that immunity is in play. You can't change the fact that I don't know what other things can't you change. I actually think that those are the only things that you shouldn't be changing. The merge and immunity is in play. Pre-merge, it's going to be the tribal immunity, and then when you get into after the merge, it'll be individual immunity. But anything else for me, it's fair game. That's why I even thought of the idea like doing a going back to one world, right? Where they all,
Mm.
even after the merge, right? They're all in the same beach, but they're all still different tribes, right? Stuff like
Yeah.
that, just to keep it fresh, keep it interesting, also for the viewers. Like what you said, the from leaning more towards being a producer, trying to come up with a product that will be enticing and interesting, not just to long-time viewers like ourselves, but also to people who are just new to Survivor, right? So I think
Yeah.
that variety is important. I personally, if it were up to me, I'd love for not big twists. Like I one of the twists that I really loved from Australian Survivor was that pre-merge, when they went into tribal and then all of a sudden they were playing for individual immunity, right?
Mm. Yeah.
And then so one of them got immune from something like that, just to add a little bit more, make it more,
Yeah.
ooh, the us long time viewers will who fall into that formula of like, okay, so this is what's gonna happen, okay, so next this is what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
If they throw a little something like that to us, at us, not the twists, like the advantages and all of that, but in the way that the show is structured, then I think that gives us it can wake us up and make us pay more attention to the show, and then that way Martin just doesn't like skip past like the challenges. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know, something like that. We don't skip past episodes because we don't quite know what's going to happen in the episode. And I think that in the 40 seasons prior, and in the 3 seasons since, in the new era, we've a lot of the fans have become, you've mentioned this before, Jao, they become what are you, game bots, right? Because they
Yeah.
know what to expect, they know what to prepare for, so you throw them in unexpected situations, unexpected
That is true.
circumstances. And I think that that makes for a more exciting product moving forward for me. That's my take.
Mm. One of the seasons a season that I really want to see, right, is they cast just all game bots. and they give as like the theme for the season just pure Survivor.
Ooh, no
So
advantages,
it's
just like
yeah,
immunity necklace or tribal immunity and then immunity necklace.
yeah,
That's it. Oh, okay.
yeah. That would be pretty interesting. But yeah, like I kind of I kind of agree. It's also a balancing act though, right?
Mm,
Like
Yeah.
because if you mess around with the game a little too much, then you don't allow the players to be the players. The focus becomes the game, and ideally the focus should be on the players because like um this is where we get the most enjoyment out of Survivor. Admittedly, right? Like whether or not we had um an advantage filled season or more old school type season,
yeah.
Carolyn is going to be amazing, right? And we just got to let
Mm.
those. We just sometimes got to let those. You got to let them shine. So it is a bit of a balancing act. With that being said, though, the occasional let's completely mess with the game can be fun. Um, Something just popped to mind was I was watching the CS:GO Paris Major, and for their show match, they like the show match was the most fun I had watching anything in the tournament, which is really bad, right? Because this is like the greatest Counter
Mm,
Strike players, and like they've mastered their weapons, they've mastered the maps, like they're all by definition game bots. But I had so much fun with the show match because they patched in a bunch of like weird things, such as like a super low gravity mod for one round, and then like a super speed round for another mod, and your mouse is reversed for
mm.
like one of the rounds, and I had so much fun watching that. So, yeah, every now and then it does pay to do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Yeah, especially with game bots
but
because you now see how they're able to adjust, how they're able
yeah,
to refine how it is they're playing based on the new circumstances. And that is also one of the thrusts that Jeff has been talking about, how people adjust to the circumstances, right? One of the
yeah.
things that he's been
So
talking about.
so we just hope that he doesn't push it too far,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
i.e., the shillelagh of time.
The
not the shillelagh of
shillelagh.
time. Or Survivor, Concrete Jungle. He has it in a
Oh
city.
man.
Oh man.
Ah, that's
Or
good.
or like yeah, or um Survivor do or die. Like every freaking episode is like
Ah,
do or die. Like that would be horrible.
oh
Speaking
god.
of, we don't have we had the do or die has isn't in play this year, huh? This season.
Yeah,
Or
the do
is
or
it?
die just died, and I
Yeah,
loved it.
I'm good with that too.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
So
but,
anyway, any
like
other lows in your side,
uh,
guys?
I'm good.
no, no, no. The we we've talked a little too much actually
Yeah.
because we still have an entire
Below.
section.
Yeah, we have two
We
more
have an
sections to
entire
go.
section to go.
Yeah. So
It's gonna
anyway,
be
let's
big.
go right ahead to our predictions. Starting off with whose line is it actually? And this is actually a question. I have a question. Whose line was it actually for this episode?
I
I'm the
didn't
bandit.
notice.
Who said it?
Carolyn,
She did.
Carolyn.
When?
Yeah,
When she did the X, when she mentioned the X thing?
Oh,
Was that the part?
yeah, yeah. Towards the
Wow.
beginning when they were all like, "Oh, Carolyn is doing such a good thing." Oh, what about the red X? Carolyn was like, "Yeah, that's me. I'm the bandit."
I didn't hear.
oh.
Wow.
I didn't
Okay.
notice that. Yeah.
Me too. Like, whoa.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. So that's So none of us got. Well, I was like, I remember saying, "Oh, it's gonna be Jamie," but it's probably gonna be
Uh,
Carolyn. So
I still said Jam Jam, right? Or Carolyn. I keep forgetting.
Heidi, I
Heidi.
think.
Oh wow. I said
Yeah,
Heidi.
Who did
Man.
I say?
yeah, you
Yeah,
were Heidi.
Carson. I also had said Heidi. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I said that she was gonna like funnel all the votes to her, and then she's gonna use her idol. Uh,
She used
yeah.
to.
The other predictions. What are the other predictions that
she
we
use
had from
that?
last week?
Um, we got a lot of it wrong.
Yeah.
For me, Jamie gets the line bracket brackets, but probably Carolyn. Heidi plays Heidi plays the idol, and Lauren gets caught in the crossfire. Couldn't have gotten that more wrong. Um, for you, Joe, it was Heidi gets the line. Heidi will hijack the vote by drawing votes on herself. She plays the idol and takes out a Tika, maybe Jam Jam. Would have probably been a better strategy than actually playing the idol for nothing.
Yeah,
And for
it's true.
Martin, Heidi gets the line, Lauren gets voted out. We couldn't have been more wrong.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jamie got
we were
voted out.
far
Freaking
off.
Jamie.
Anyway, heading into next episode, the title is Absolute Banger
Banger
Season.
season. Oh, I know who's that gonna be.
Who?
It's gonna be Seamus of the Banger Bros. Banger after banger after banger after. Okay, no, it's not Seamus. You know what?
Oh,
I'll go
man.
left field. We'll
Mhm.
give it to Jeff.
I was gonna say that sounds like something
Give it to
Jeff would
Jeff.
say. It's
Like
and this was an
absolute
absolute
banger of
banger.
the season. Okay, guys, cut. That was me patting my back for those listening to the audio.
Okay, I'll go for
was-
even further out. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Kane.
It's gonna be Kane.
Yeah, at the
It's
live
gonna be
final
Kane.
tribal. When he addresses the final three, he's gonna like, guys, absolute banger season.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations on
Yeah.
being the final three.
I can actually see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta give my
Right?
props to my boy Kane. My D&D
I
boy
was
Kane.
actually I was actually thinking it was gonna be Jeff because we've already established that Jeff
Yeah.
can give the title. So, maybe Jeff or maybe maybe they're trying to manifest the viewers saying it like our collective the collective like Survivor viewership just saying right at the end of it, what a banger of a season.
Yeah, so
maybe they just put it on screen there, then people just read it and we are the title.
or
So there, that's going to be-
there are like cameos coming out of people from like previous seasons, and one of them say
Yeah.
absolute banger season.
Yeah. But actually that's my joke like prediction is like at the end of the episode or something there's just going to be like this black and it fades to black or whatever, and on the survivor font like it says like absolute banger season, with the understanding that some people are going to be reading that out loud in their house, and so it's like we were the ones that gave the episode title.
Because Jeff is all about the audience.
Bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's probably Carolyn.
But it's probably Carolyn. Yeah, that's true. Any other predictions? Any other predictions for Jao to list down?
Well, for me, it's still gonna be like final three is gotta be Carolyn, Carson, Jam Jam.
Okay, Tika
Still
3.
Jam Jam. Yeah, it's gotta be them, man. That's for me.
Right. So Martin, Tika 3,
Tika 3, final 3. But for me, I'm gonna rhyme a bit. Tika 3, especially in the next episode, they are gonna be at each other's throats already. because
Mhm.
not mad at each other, but they realize that uh they have to eliminate one of the others
Oh,
in the Tika
yes.
3
Yeah.
Yes.
already in order for them to have a better chance at winning everything in the end. Because as we've been saying, the Tika 3, they have been hiding in plain sight as a group. And
Yeah.
now that everything's out in the open, like people now know that Jam Jam is a great social threat, that Carolyn is actually a great strategic threat, and
Yeah.
Carson is also a good strategic and social threat. They have to get at each other in order to get to the final. I feel.
Mart, how does
Yeah.
the Tika 3 get to the final?
Well, for me, it's gonna be okay. Hear me out here. Heidi's gonna be the next one to go. And then I think for some weird reason, Jam Jam will win immunity for Final Four.
Hmm.
Takes Carson. So Carolyn's gonna win against Lauren. That's how I think. Like so it's gonna be Heidi, Lauren out. Like Heidi first, then Lauren out. And then Tika 3. Jam Jam wins.
So you're not buying into the theory that Heidi found another idol and is gonna play it at Final Five.
Hmm.
There is that theory that's out there, right? Because like
Yeah.
their idol hunt their idol hunt never went anywhere.
So it's like what happened in Survivor 41 that we found out that they swapped the hidden immunity idols with Evie and Xander, but this
Yeah.
time,
That we're gonna get hit
Yeah,
because we
yeah,
have
yeah.
not gotten hit with a flashback yet.
yeah,
Yeah. So there's that
it
particular
could.
there's that theory. I don't know. That's something that's out there in the universe. Because they haven't because there was that entire montage of them looking for the idol, right?
Mm.
It was either that montage or that sequence was for them to set up an idol play this upcoming episode where somebody found an idol, or um they used it as a way to establish the Carolyn threat because that's where Lauren said, I don't know what game Carolyn is playing, but she's playing really well. So there's that. Um, there was something else going around that on the new island there's going to be an idol or like
An
there's hidden
advantage at the
immunity.
very least. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But then I seem to remember like it getting out there that it's going to be full immunity,
Ooh,
which
wow.
sounds insane to me.
Yeah.
That sounds insane to me because you have the immunity challenge, and if somebody else finds the idol, then you have three people that are eligible to be voted out of the
Yeah.
five.
That's pretty huge.
Whoa. Okay.
If ever, what has been happening is that it's an advantage in the immunity challenge, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's what they've been doing. So yeah,
yeah. But yeah, apparently now there's like a,
they're saying that
a
it's
full
an
idol
actual
out there.
immunity idol. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I actually have Heidi finding that advantage, and if it's an immunity idol, then I guess that means that she's going to Final Four,
so so
fueling
and then
the.
what happens?
What happened? Who goes 5?
So yeah, so for me, Lauren will go 5, and
Okay.
then yeah, Tika 3 will be at each other's throats, but they'll still pull through.
Okay.
Uh, and Heidi finds an advantage. If it's an immunity idol, then she gets to Final Four. Uh, and I go back to all of the editing clues, supposed editing clues, and it's gonna be Heidi versus Carson. at fire.
Oh,
That's as far as my predictions can go. I can't quite predict further than that. Yeah.
All right.
What about you?
It's going to be Carolyn and Carson at fire.
Oh,
Ooh.
so who do you have winning? The
Carolyn.
fire. Okay, okay. I
Yeah,
would go for Carolyn
Carolyn.
too.
Carolyn wins at fire. Because that's been part of one of the stories that she has, right? Like, she has difficulty getting rid of Carson because that's her baby.
Mm.
So it's like it's
Ooh.
going to be like when uh when somebody's when her son goes off to college, she has to let the roost empty or whatever. And that's going to be like the emotional thing. She's going to be triumphant, but at the same time, she's like, losing her son to the
The
wide world
game.
out there that is the jury. Like, so it's going to be Carolyn versus Carson and fire. Carolyn wins. Um, yeah, Carolyn wins, and the final three is going to be Jam Jam, Carolyn, and Heidi,
Ooh.
and that's
That's
going to be yeah. So giving so let's look at the Tika 3 final situation. Who do you think wins if it's like the Tika 3 at final 3?
depends on who does
The
fire.
best. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true because fire is a thing.
Fire represents life. Nah,
Because right now, actually, Carolyn is the most powerful. Maybe her
maybe.
she has the highest stock because of what she did.
Really, not Jam Jam?
Uh
Challenge wise, gotta be Jam.
Because Jam Jam is the most well liked of the
oh,
three.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
So does that or does that mean that Carson wins because Carolyn and Jam Jam split votes?
Yeah. Yeah. We have. I think. I think that yeah. The jury is gonna think that Jam Jam is such a nice person and
Okay.
they love him, but a lot more of them will respect how Carolyn has been playing the game
Mm,
because of the fact that she has been under the radar, and then all of a sudden she had all of these things that she did, right? It blew
yeah.
up this episode, but the fact that it's now out there might help her cause because she's been strategic all this time, right? She's only been, yes, she's been eccentric. The way that she's been doing has been weird, but it has been logical and strategic all this time. And I think that the jury is composed of enough fans of the game that that they're gonna see that the her strategy, and then they're gonna respect her game.
I can see that actually.
And it's just hard for them to. I mean, going back to Survivor, quote unquote tradition, it's so hard for them to give money to a 20-year-old.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Me.
Like if Carson, yeah, I don't think there's a world where Carson
No
wins.
way.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Um,
I think they learned their lesson already with Fabio winning. Like way back.
Carson. What about in a Carson, Heidi, Lauren? Like if the three of them make it to the final three, does Carson have a chance?
A bigger chance, but I don't know why. Maybe Heidi might edge out the votes, like by one or two. I don't know why I have this feeling. Maybe
Well,
they
if Heidi's in there, she's my canonical winner pick now. So
right.
yeah, I have her winning.
But she has this grit
Again,
in
well,
her, like
it depends.
I
It
don't know.
depends on if Carson is the one who does fire.
And he
It
wins.
yeah, it adds to his stock.
Oh, but
Mm.
the only
I
way
actually kind of really want Lauren to win just so that we can
yikes.
have a perfect game.
Yes.
Well, because she's never been voted on, right? Has
Yeah.
she?
Wait,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
she
she
hasn't been voted for.
Mm,
oh she does it.
nice.
Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, she
Right?
hasn't. Yeah.
The closest thing that she's had to a vote was Carolyn crossing out her name.
Yeah.
Mm,
But that was it. That was it. Everyone else has a thing, but wow. But you know who the last person in the game who's still there and has written Jam Jam's name?
Heidi.
Lauren.
Heidi.
Ah, Lauren, dude.
No, but it was technically Heidi because she
Yeah.
controlled the vote.
The vote, yeah.
Yeah, the
So,
last person
well,
that wrote down Jam Jam's name is Lauren. Yeah.
but controlled by Heidi. But technically, she might be in the sights of if Jam Jam's still playing that game of, oh, you voted for me. You will be voted out now.
Mm.
That kind of thing. That excuse. Like whoever doesn't win the immunity between Lauren or Heidi in the next step, which I think will
Hmm.
happen. I really think will happen.
So
What's
it's
your
either so either Lauren or Heidi gets the
immunity
immunity,
first?
gets immunity.
Yeah. So the one
Hmm.
who doesn't, they're out. And then, like I said, Jam Jam picks whoever's surviving versus Carolyn. Carolyn takes her out. Tika 3. Wait, wait, who's your winner, Zhao?
So
Shit.
I mean, my canonical winner pick is still Carson. It's always
Carson.
going to
Ah,
be
okay.
Carson.
Shit. Okay, okay.
But then Carolyn is, but then if it goes according to how I think it's gonna go, right, where Carolyn
Yeah.
and Carson end up going in fire,
Fire.
and
Mm,
the final three is Jam Jam, Carolyn, and Heidi. I think Carolyn just ekes it out
So
mm.
it's not a
because
straight vote for all Carolyn for you. Like it's gonna be spread out.
no, we're not gonna have. I don't think we're gonna have a unanimous winner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's fair.
yeah, no unanimous winner. I can actually see. I can also see a path to victory for Heidi. Um, like
Well,
if she did
how?
find the if she did find the idol,
And use it to survive.
right? If yeah, if she did find the idol,
Whoa.
she plays. She nonchalantly plays her idol at 5, and people are like, "Huh, what was that all about?" And then at 4,
Right.
she plays the idol, and she plays another idol, the one that she found, um, which kind of makes up for the previous one in a way. It's like, yeah, the reason I played that idol before was because I had 2 idols that nobody knew about. Ta-da! Right? So she makes it. So she makes it into she makes it into final 4, and if she wins at fire, then she has a shot.
Yeah. It's fire that's gonna boost the stock of the likes of Lauren or Heidi
Yeah,
over the Tika
and
3.
it also depends on who they take out, right? Because if Lauren and
Yeah.
Heidi go against each other on fire
Oh, it's
in,
not
in
gonna
fire,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter. But like if one of them takes out, say,
Oh, the
Carolyn
Tika
or
3.
Jam Jam, yeah, then
Yeah.
that's like a huge thing. So that's the path to the end for Heidi that I can see. Um, if it is a Heidi, and her ideal final 3 is Heidi, Lauren, and Carson.
Mm.
She would have absolutely ran away with it if the final 3 was Heidi, Lauren, and Jamie. But you know, she let that ship sail when she sided with the Tika 3. Because as somebody that taught the political science class in high school, it pains my heart every time I hear the word majority come out of Carson's mouth because they've never had a majority.
Yeah. Yeah, even until
Like
this
even
one. They never had a
even up until
majority.
this one, they didn't have a majority. So it's like
We're now the majority. It's 3-3, doofus.
it hurts my heart.
Hey, I mean, survivors never had a good time with Matt. Like, we could talk about Monica's husband again. You know?
But this guy is an engineer. This
Yeah.
guy is a NASA engineer.
He works with NASA, Martin.
We've had a former Olympian who sucks in physical challenges
But
too.
that former Olympian
Was
wasn't
on roids.
supposed to be an Olympian.
He was on steroids.
It's on steroids.
Yeah.
So this ain't the first rodeo for Survivor.
No. It would, because
I
he actually
mean-
does work for NASA.
Okay. How about the what's those poker players that got voted out very early in the game too? The same
That's
thing.
different. That's different because
Yeah.
if you work for NASA, you should know math.
Trust
At
me.
the
So
very
yeah. But yeah, he says majority like as somebody that taught Philippine politics and governance. It kind of hurts my heart when
I mean,
people use the word
yeah.
majority wrong.
I mean, in the UN, that's not even a majority. You still need more than 50% to win.
No, by
Exactly.
definition, a
Right?
majority is 50% plus one.
50% plus one.
No,
That's a simple
plus
majority.
one. Yeah. But certain votes still require more than 50% to win a seat in certain positions, in certain governing bodies.
I mean,
Isn't
yeah,
doesn't-
but then 50% plus one by definition is more
is
than 50%.
majority. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, right?
That's majority. Yeah.
So he missed it by plus one. Oh well.
Exactly.
Basically,
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly,
Because, you know,
Martin. That's what we've been
that's my
talking about.
point.
Okay, I think that because it's we need
It's
to move on to our next
Yes.
segment. Survivors of the week.
Just before that, Martin, majority is a 50% plus one. I think what you're talking about is a qualified majority.
Yeah, it's a qualified
where
majority.
if
That's
you-
true.
Yeah, qualified majority where like it isn't a simple 50% plus one,
Yeah.
but say there's some things that require a 2/3 vote of your entire Congress
Yeah,
voting as
there
one.
you go.
And that isn't a 50% plus one simple majority. That is a majority that is qualified by the fact that it has to be 2/3.
Yeah.
So there's anyway.
That's the point.
Anyway,
Survivors of the week.
survivors of the week.
I've sidetracked this show way too much this week.
Yeah.
Who do you have for castaway of the week?
Godzilla. I mean, Carolyn. Carolyn. Godzilla.
Carolyn. Why Carolyn?
They have seen her as the big bad and she still survives.
Nice. What about you, Joe?
I don't know if I can call it Carolyn because she's outed herself, right? And
Mhm.
that might be the thing that puts her in danger. So I'm going to have to go back to Lauren as being my survivor of the week because she was because she's survived another another round of voting surprisingly,
Mhm.
Yeah. For me, it's Jam Jam. Basically because of the smoke screen that he laid on Lauren and Jamie to get them really comfortable before mercifully voting out Jamie from the game. Yeah, and then he's already starting to think of the end game as well. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. Goat of the week. Who is the goat of the week?
For the final time. We're sorry, Jamie. Like, you didn't expect her to be voted out, but there you go, bye. The sacrificial goat. There's no lamb, just a goat.
Basically, yeah. The
Ouch.
sacrificial goat.
What about you, Joe? So you also have Jamie?
I actually have Carson's wow face.
Oh, okay, the wow face.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, for me, it's Heidi, because of that unnecessary idol play, and then currently she's playing for fourth. She's lagging behind the TK3, and I actually don't think that she has an idol right now. I'm not buying into the rumor that she found the other idol or that it actually went back into play. Purple of the week. What is your purple of the week?
Where is Applebee's?
All right. Applebee's.
Apple. We had freaking sandwiches. What is this? A forum or something? Are they the speakers? The three speakers? Oh, thank you for winning the challenge. Here, have your complimentary, club sandwich.
What about you, Joe?
If I may be a little bit meta about this, my purple of the week is the Joel Parcon of Council of Titos, episode 27, 28, 29, where you were the biggest Carolyn naysayer.
Yes! Wait, let me get my Rupert portion.
That's long gone. That's long gone. I'm now a supporter of Carolyn. I'm now a fan. I've gotten over my irritation of the way that she says things. So yeah, that will forever be purpled. My purple of the week is the good things that are supposed to happen in Sanctuary.
There were no good things. There was a lie.
Yeah, the food not that interesting. They don't even have indoor plumbing. They don't have showers. They don't get. Yeah. So yeah, Sanctuary. Where are the good things that are supposed to be happening? Any other thoughts, guys?
You have a point. It's like us expecting bulalo, but getting something else.
And we are now seeing. Oh, so I think that Carson was probably Carson probably knew that you were gonna be in CDO today, so he was like flashing his city of golden smile.
Oh no!
Reactions. I've broken Zhao. Any other thoughts?
Good.
Okay.
This is our good ending.
Yeah. And so that is it for this episode of the Council of Titos. If you liked our video, please hit the like button, and maybe you would also want to subscribe to the channel. And if you don't want to have to look at our mugs while we talk about Survivor, you can just catch us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Council of Titos and you'll hear us. Anyway, this has been Chief Bisdak Joel Parcon.
Joe, and good things have happened.
I am Martin, still waiting on my Applebee's.
We hope that you can join us on the council again soon. Until then, stay safe, everyone. The Titos have spoken.